everyone, welcome back to my channel Favor's Flavor. My name is Favor. I'm so happy to see you guys. I hope you guys like this video and I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. If you didn't know, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. I actually already just picked the 2 winners for my 500 subscriber giveaway, so I hope you guys join the family so when I do my next giveaway you could be a winner. Okay, so this video is going to be a bookish chit chat on popular books that I haven't read, just talking about why I haven't picked them up or if I have any plans on picking them up. So I hope to see you guys in the comment section. If you guys have read any of these books, make sure to comment down below. Should I pick them up faster or should I, push it down to the lower part of my TBR? So let's get right into the video. So the first 2 books I want to talk about, it feels like everybody that I know in the bookish space have these 2 books and have read these 2 books. Okay, so I feel some type of pressure to kind of read these books soon. Obviously, I'm not going to read any book I don't want to read, but I actually own these 2 books, so I have plans to read them. I just haven't read them yet. So the first book I have is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is surprising because I actually have a coworker that is in my book club, and this is someone that's like in her 50s, right? I didn't even expect her to like a book like this, and she's literally currently on the 2nd book already, and she's telling me at work like, you need to pick up this book. I'm just like, okay. I'm actually surprised that you like this book. So this is fantasy. If you go on ChatGPT, if you go on Book Talk, Booktube, this book is everywhere. If you Google top 20 books, feel like this one comes up. I'm not usually a fantasy person. I actually haven't read any fantasy books in my 6-ish months reading journey so far. I'm sort of excited to read this. I believe there's 3 books in this series. It's a pretty thick book though. I actually used one of my Audible credits to get the audiobook because the audiobook is like 21 hours long, and obviously with my coworker, she's telling me like the audiobook sounds like a movie, sounds like a production. I was like, okay, bet. We might be reading this book sooner than I thought. The only thing that's like stopping me from reading this book right now is I don't think I'm in a fantasy mood. Plus, it's pretty thick, and I would have to be in that sort of mood to fully enjoy this book. And it would be nice if I actually like this book so I can tap into the fantasy genre a little bit more. So that's all about this book. Again, if you guys have read this book, let me know, what did you think? Based on my reading style, do you think I will like this book? And speaking of books that it feels like the internet won't shut up about, honestly, this book feels like a rite of passage for any booktuber. I've seen it in so many wrap-ups. This book is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I believe I got this from Book Outlet about like 3 months ago, I want to say. And I honestly don't know why I haven't picked it up yet because I feel like I would like this book. If you know my reading style, I love contemporary fiction. I love literary fiction, which I believe this book is. But there's been just so many new releases, so many Nigerian authors, so many Black authors, which I usually have slightly more of an affinity to, that have come out. But I do have plans of reading this book in the next 3 to 6 months. If you guys have read this book and you truly liked it, please comment down below one reason why you think I should try to read this book faster. I do know that Taylor Jenkins Reid is like a favorite by so many booktubers that I watch, so I hope to read this book too and get this past me, because honestly it just feels like everybody's read this book. This is also one of the books where if I search online top books to read, this book is usually up there. So the third book that I haven't read, that honestly this book actually scares me a little bit, but I hope I can make space for it mentally when I do actually pick it up, and that book is James by Percival Everett. And I know this book is a retelling of the Huckleberry Finn story, which I have no clue about. If you guys didn't know, I wasn't raised here, so a lot of like things that I would have known going to elementary and high school year, I don't know. Then this is one of those books. But I do feel like I want to get into more American literature, if that makes sense, just for me to understand, this country better. This book and another book I actually have up here, yes, The Heaven and Earth Grocery Stores by James McBride. These 2 books remind me of each other. I can't wait to read both of them because I just feel like I might be a different person. Not like in a brand new way, but like I know I'm gonna like have notes and learn a lot from these 2 books. So I can't tell you when I'll be reading this book, although I have a challenge that I feel like I want to do for my January TBR where this book might come up. And honestly, January might be a good time to read this book. Again, if you guys have read this book, please comment down below why you think I should pick it up fast. The last book that I have physically, because I have like 2 or 3 more books to talk about, but the last one that I have physically is Love by Toni Morrison. So I'm just going to talk about Toni Morrison in general. She's definitely someone that I know to be like a legend in the literature space as a Black woman, as a as an author. And this book was actually given to me by the same co-worker. She had like a bunch of books that she wanted to give away, and this was one of the books in there. And I'm so excited to get it because I'm just like, I feel like it's a rite of passage to at least read one Toni Morrison book. And I believe the one that I actually want to read more, I think that one is called like The Bluest Eye or something. But that's one that I definitely, I'm trying not to buy too many books right now. I have enough books on my shelf that I haven't read that I do plan on reading. And yeah, so that's this book by Toni Morrison. For the next 3 books I want to talk about, I don't have it physically, but I still want to talk about it because they're really popular books that I haven't read. The first one is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. Confession here, I never read Harry Potter growing up. I haven't actually seen a full episode of the show, never watched the whole show. I don't know nothing about it. I know obviously there's Harry Potter, but that's about it. I don't know any of the other characters. Please don't crucify me. I just like with the Fourth Wind book, I'm not really a fantasy person and it feels more like fantasy. I also feel like I skipped the whole childhood nostalgia of like reading Harry Potter. I don't know what it would feel like reading it as an adult. And to be honest, right now, I don't think I'll be picking up this book. I feel like I would have to give myself like a full year of reading and being more comfortable. And there's just so many books that I know for sure I'm going to like that I want to read first. So that's one of the books that is popular that I haven't read and I don't have any plans on reading right now. Comment down below if I should change my mind. So the next book I want to talk about is, actually I want to talk about 2 authors. The first one is Emily Henry. So she's also somebody that when I searched up popular books to read, Happy Place, The People We Meet on Vacation, which I believe is having like a Netflix movie or show soon. And she just seems to be like the queen of those kinds of romance, rom-com-ish type books. I haven't read anything by her. I don't own any book by her. To be honest, I don't feel like I want to read any book by her right now because this, again, like I said, this just look behind me. This is actually my first time filming down here where I have my bookshelf. This is my only bookshelf, but if you can tell the kind of books I like, she's not really up there. That doesn't mean I don't want to read her books, but it's just she doesn't have priority right now in my life, in my reading journey. I hope to like get into more of her books in the future, and I know there's at least 2 of her books that are on Book Outlet that I could easily get for $5.99, or I could get it from my library. I hope you guys comment down below, what is your top Emily Henry book? If there's an Emily Henry book that you're like, Favor, you have to read this book and it will change your view, let me know. Because I just might pick it up because I know her books aren't really like big or anything, so I could possibly read it faster. So that's that author. So this last author slash book I want to talk about is Colleen Hoover. Okay. And if I was on TikTok 3-4 years ago when the whole Colleen Hoover was a whole craze on TikTok, I believe she might have been like one of the top catalysts for like book talk. Honestly, the only book of hers that I know name of is Verity. That's the only one I feel like I actually came close to get in if I was gonna read any of her books. I know she's been canceled now in recent years. Right now I have no plans on reading any of her books, but she's just like a really popular author. I think another popular book by her is like It Starts With Us, It Ends With Us, something like that. But those are like books, authors that I feel like very popular for, different reasons. But I hope to do a video like this where I talk about underrated authors because I feel like I have a couple of them on my shelf that I don't see people talking about, should be talked about. The first one I can really think of right now is Last Summer on State Street by Toya Wolf. This is her debut book, small book. I've literally only seen one YouTuber talk about this book. So these are books like this that I usually try to read, and it's just easier for me. I enjoy a lot of literary fiction, contemporary fiction, but I also like it when I feel like I can relate to the main characters in a way. So that's just my spiel on popular books. I hope that, everybody gets their time to shine. There's one author that would have been on this list, but I'm actually starting one of her books today, and that is Frida McFadden. I literally started The Intruder today. If not, she would have been among the top 3 authors that I haven't read. So I'm happy to scratch her off my list, and I'll let you guys know what my thoughts are on that book and her writing style in general during my November wrap up. So I hope you guys have liked this video. This is something different for me, just chit-chatting and talking. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. I hope you comment and subscribe, and obviously join me in my next video. It was nice talking to you all. Have a good night, and bye.
Like